Now there was a time.
Welcome to the Drunken Public Service YouTube channel. This video is from our School of Thought line. My name is Trent. I'm the instructor at the School of Thought. You can reach me in the comments section of this video or follow the little blue Twitter bird and follow me at drunken_Trent. That's my Twitter handle. That's what the bird tells you. The School of Thought video series is it's intended to allow people to think abstractly. Thinking along the normal lines, like, it's boring. So try to change things up. Today's lesson is about experience. And how do we get it? There's two types of experience in the world. There's learned experience and shared experience. If you've got a graphic here to kind of help us along. This line right here in the middle, that's a human life. From birth to the present. Everything that happens to you, every learning experience you have, is learned experience. Learned experience to you specifically. For instance, if you crush your hand with a hammer, you and you alone know what that feels like. Okay? Keep that in mind. Shared experience comes from other people. Most of the things that we learn over our lifetime are shared experience. I've never crushed my hand with a hammer. But I know from shared experience how terrible an idea it is. Sometimes that shared experience comes with evidence, facts, x-rays. All of those things combine to teach us things in the now. You don't have to learn everything firsthand. Not everyone has been shocked by 220 volts of electricity. You don't have to. Shared experience tells you it's a bad idea. The other thing that shared experience does is it teaches us things that we couldn't possibly know on our own. Like, who built the Great Wall? I wasn't there. No one that's alive today was there. But it was such a major occurrence, many people shared that experience, and they shared that experience to others. And it slowly trickled down to us. You can read about it now on, Wikipedia. Replaced encyclopedias, which is what I grew up with. Encyclopedias were crazy expensive. Wikipedia is free. Of course, anyone can change Wikipedia. Don't go out there and do that unless you're really well versed and right, because people will find out who you are. You'll notice I've drawn this little graphic with shared experience in the past, learned experience in the present, and then we've got a bunch of freckles out in the future. Those freckles, those dots, represent different places we could end up based on the decisions we make in the present, based upon our learned experience and our shared experience with those that have come before us, and really those that are coming right alongside us. We all have a friend who's done something stupid. Maybe it's a good idea to not do the same thing they did. Shared experience by somebody who's living right alongside you. Happens all the time. If you'd like an example of this, let me know in the comments section or at my Twitter handle. I'll share with you all kinds of things that you don't want to learn on your own. But all of these different directions we could go, that's really up to us. How do we make decisions in the now, the present, to change our trajectory, to learn things we wouldn't otherwise know if we followed the same path? Well, start thinking abstractly for starters. It may feel odd at first because it's not a concrete thing. Concrete thinking tells us that heavy objects sink in water. Well, a battleship is a really heavy object. So it turns out if you change the shape of that object, it won't actually submerge. That's abstract thinking. Wow. All of these things combine to really get at what I think is the secret to life. Perspective. Also known as POV. Now, some people may watch not suitable for work videos that tell them what POV means. And for those of you who don't, it means point of view. Every single thing in this world is different to each individual person. Now that doesn't change facts, but it changes the way we see them and the way we interpret them. Perspective or point of view is everything. Just because you see things a certain way doesn't mean somebody else will. Now, that doesn't say that facts are different depending on where you stand. A fact is a fact. But the way you perceive that fact is different from anyone else. Perspective. I'll talk a lot about perspective. It's my favorite subject. So, this is experience. You either learn it on your own or you have it shared with you by someone else. Now, the size of the experience that you learn from someone else, that factors in too. There were a lot of witnesses to the horror of World War II. So, what we do is we combine all those shared experiences. We really find out what's true. As far as what really happened when your grandfather took his buddies to the watermelon patch to guard it overnight against the thieves in 1922, well, it's probably going to be a little foggy at this point. There weren't a lot of witnesses. Probably a good thing. Well, that's the first edition of School of Thought. Learned, shared, experience. It's all important because it helps to establish perspective. I'm Trent. This is the School of Thought on the Drunken Public Service YouTube channel. Follow me here. Leave your comments. Like, share, and subscribe. I think that's what they're supposed to say. YouTube. I love it.